Hey guys, John Hansen here with Culture of Gaming, and E3 is less than a month away now, so let's take some time and predict what we can see from Microsoft at the Xbox E3 showing on June 9th. It's pretty easy to guess that we are going to see an announcement of the codenamed Scarlet version of the next Xbox. There's also some talk of there being potentially multiple models of it, one potentially discless and a more powerful, beefier one. In all honesty, I'd be surprised if they go super into unveiling the Scarlet though. Next-gen consoles are not expected to release until 2020, so unless they plan on releasing it early in the year, like in March or so, there's not much incentive to show everything on it. I could easily see a name reveal, and by the way, this is Microsoft we're talking about, so expect another horrible name. But also expect maybe about 10 minutes spent on describing how this is a step up from the current generation. That might seem a little much, but I believe a big portion of that could be just like a trailer. Something like we would see when Xbox One X, at the time when it was called Project Scorpio, when that was announced, just seeing developers give their thoughts on it and everything. What could it possibly include? Most likely 4K based graphics on all AAA games, and we can also see a response to Sony's PS5 having faster loading speeds. Not really too sure how much else the box itself is going to provide, but one of the services that Xbox has been really bragging about over the last year or so is its xCloud streaming service. And ever since Google announced Stadia, Microsoft has shown that they are very confident in their streaming that they're developing. We've already seen a host on This Week in Xbox playing Forza Horizon 4 on a phone, and I expect a lot more of this to be seen in person at E3 2019. This is Microsoft's way to really sell a streaming future to anyone who has questions or reservations about it. We know Phil Spencer is constantly playing console quality games on his phone while he travels, so expect to see a rollout date for this service. With Microsoft and Sony just teaming up recently with a focus on improving streaming, we might even potentially see an appearance of a Sony rep, but not very likely. If anything, we could just see the plans on the partnership and what both sides have to gain from this, how they're gonna try and build up a streaming future. Don't expect anything huge here like crossplay or anything. I really would just expect this to just go unmentioned. Another service-like quality that Xbox can talk about is the Xbox Gold and Game Pass coming to other platforms, including Nintendo Switch. This is going to be one of the biggest announcements for Microsoft if it happens, and we've heard rumors about it for quite a while now. There was a posting a while ago that Xbox Live and Game Pass were going to make their way to PC, mobile, and Switch, and I think E3 is the perfect time to get the room buzzing with that announcement. This announcement will also probably include more games being ported to the Nintendo Switch, like Hellblade and Cuphead recently have been. I would expect to see Ori and the Blind Forest getting a port to the Nintendo Switch, and a game that I'm about to talk about a little bit later on, Battletoads, I would expect to see a port to the Nintendo Switch announced. So definitely expect to see quite a bit of service talk at the beginning. I believe that's really what they're going to hammer down, probably the good first 20-30 minutes of this show. It's really what they've been talking about for a long time, and I don't think they want to keep people waiting. They want to really dive into how important this is for Xbox customers, and really actually not just Xbox customers, but people with a Nintendo Switch, with a phone, with a PC, just what all you can do with a new streaming feature in your Xbox library. With that being said, let's get on to the games that we can expect to see. First up, Gears 5. Expect to see a good chunk of gameplay for Gears 5, as well as a release date for late summer, early fall. Last year's Xbox E3 conference also announced a strategy PC Gears game. I believe it was called Gears Tactics. We can see more of that with the release date, as well as the mobile-only Funko Pop Gears game. I wouldn't expect to see too much on those last two, besides maybe some short gameplay trailers and release dates. If they really go into those two too long, that could take away from other games having the spotlight, and I think Gears 5 will be the big focus here. As for Halo Infinite, it's my personal belief that we're not getting that game until fall 2020, so I don't really expect to see a release date here, maybe just a release window saying fall 2020, or an announcement that it's going to be a day one release with the Scarlet, where I really think we see with the Halo franchise here is just the updates on the Master Chief Collection. When are we seeing Halo Reach come to PC and Xbox, and when is the Master Chief Collection coming to PC overall? They could also roll out some new updates that they have planned for the game, and really just what is the future of that game. As for Halo Infinite, I would be surprised if we see anything more than a story trailer and just really a quick rundown on how this is changing the Halo franchise going forward. Every E3, we get a trailer showing tons of indie developer games in the ID at Xbox program, and this year should be no different. Expect a big trailer listing off tons of games, some that you're like, oh, that's really awesome, and some that you're like, okay, this isn't for me, but it's going to be for someone else. This has been a staple in the Xbox E3 show for probably the last 4 or 5 years now, and just expect another one. Hopefully we see something from Tunic here, maybe a release date or something. I really think that there's going to be some special games in here, because there always is. So it's going to be a section that moves fast, but you definitely want to keep your eyes peeled for something in there for you. As I mentioned earlier, I could definitely see Battletoads getting a announcement for the Nintendo Switch as well as the Xbox and PC. It was announced last year with a teaser trailer. We didn't see any gameplay or anything, so this year expect to see a gameplay reveal and a release date. I would guess around August or so. All we got last year was that Battletoads was returning in 2019 and nothing else, so we'll actually see what's up with this game and when it's going to come out. Just like with Battletoads, ever since the Cuphead DLC was announced at last year's E3, we have not seen a single thing on it. My biggest hope here is we get another trailer and it is announced that it is available right now, today. Download it now on your Switch, download it now on your Xbox, your PC, wherever you're playing it. I really think that this is going to be if it's not it's available now, it's going to be within the next month. And I really am excited for that because I love Cuphead. Along with talk of the Ori and the Blind Forest coming to Nintendo Switch, I would definitely be surprised if we didn't see anything on Ori and the Will of the Wisp. We don't have a release date for it yet, so expect to see that. Also, probably a musical trailer that's gonna get you all teary-eyed and emotional and just really hyped up for this game. Microsoft has acquired quite a few studios the last couple years, and we've already heard some of them are going to be showing off their next projects. The new name Xbox Game Studios is really gonna be showing off a lot of stuff here. I think they really want to make a big impression heading into the next console generation, and they really want to show off just what it is coming. I could see this stuff being announced closely after the reveal of the next Xbox, but who knows, we'll see. First off, Obsidian's Outer Worlds, while it isn't an Xbox exclusive, I would expect to see gameplay and a release date here. Playground Games can announce the new RPG they've been working on since it's not their turn to make the Forza Horizon game this year. It's been rumored for a while now that they're working on the next Fable game, so expect to see something like that. If not, we do know for sure it's an RPG game. Compulsion Games, I would not expect to see much from, with We Happy Few just releasing this last year. Possibly a quick teaser trailer for whatever they're working on next, but I doubt we will see anything from that, and I really doubt we see any updates for We Happy Few. I think right now is a time for them to just move forward and focus on what's next. It's probably too soon for them to show anything. In Exile will likely show off Wasteland 3 gameplay and a release date, while Ninja Theory can announce their next game following Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. It did just recently get ported to the Switch, so who knows. I would expect that they are working on their next game, maybe a Hellblade 2 or whatever, since that was so well received, but I would definitely be surprised if we don't at least hear something from Ninja Theory. Mojang can talk about the next Minecraft updates, and I would bet we see something on the newly announced Minecraft Earth AR game. I believe it was called Minecraft World or Minecraft Earth. We could maybe see a release date for the beta. I believe they announced it already. It might have been just like a release window for the beta. Not sure. I would be surprised if we don't see more on that though. As for Rare, expect to see a roadmap for the coming year in Sea of Thieves. We've seen nothing but Sea of Thieves from them for, the last 3 years now, so why would this be any different? There was just a new announcement, or a new update for the arena and this new campaign mode and everything. We could really see just what they're bringing next to the game. Turn 10 will of course announce the next Forza Motorsport game. I believe they're on 8 now. This is just an every other year switching on and off with Horizon, so of course we're going to see another one here. And the initiative can show off the first game for the new quadruple A studio, and I expect it to be a new IP. I would be very surprised if it's something we have seen before. I think they have been really stacking up a lot of talent from around the gaming industry, and they want to come out with something big and something new. Finishing off what I think we'll see from the Xbox Game Studios, I think Undead Labs can announce some new updates and DLC for State of Decay 2, but nothing too big. I would also be surprised if we didn't see more announcements for backwards compatible games, most likely Xbox original games, because I feel like they've kind of fallen off adding those, and I think E3 would be a good time to announce a bunch of them coming. We could also see our next Game Pass games that are set to come, and maybe some more talk on when we can expect to see that new membership that combines Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass together. With no Sony at E3 this year, I would expect to see a ton of trailers from third-party AAA games than we would usually see in one conference. These games could possibly include Rocksteady's next game, the WB Montreal's Batman game, Cyberpunk 2077, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Kevin Levine's next game, the leaked Harry Potter RPG game, Doom Eternal or some other Bethesda game, Avengers or Final Fantasy VII, Session, which was the skateboarding game announced at last year's E3, Control, the new Remedy game coming in August, and Dying Light 2, Borderlands 3, a new Capcom game, a remake, and possibly even a new project from Bungie, since they've split off from Activision, and I mean there's no Sony to show off anything for Destiny 2, so possibly even we see the next big plans for Destiny 2 here. Obviously not all of these will be shown at E3 because there's just not enough time for everything here to be shown. If anything, I think those games that would be shown at other conferences, say like Avengers and Final Fantasy or Watch Dogs 3 or Doom, those might be put on the side so other games can get their time to shine. With that being said, I expect to see a ton of third-party E3 trailers for a lot of third-party games. But those are just my predictions on what we will see at E3 this year from Microsoft. Really, we could see a ton of stuff here. Sony not showing up allows Microsoft to announce a lot of big stuff, and also just it allows them to bring in stuff that normally you would see at a Sony conference, but since they're not there, where else are they going to show it? It's definitely an interesting year for E3. I'm hyped. I hope you all are too. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment down below with what you think we will see from Xbox at E3, and share and subscribe to Culture of Gaming. Bye.
Let's go!